Yes, men can be witches.
Pol, hello.
Uthnod Boral. That's pretty cool. Time to get on up now.
Got some wind now.
Polster! How you doing, buddy?
All right, let me check my notes.
Thanks for your voice note. Lots to chew on there, my friend.
You know why, right? Why? It's fine. It could just be the same one. Oh, progress, sacred space. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Personal sovereignty. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it, right? Let's just do it.
Listen to me.
Abracadabra. Celery, so good. And it works really well, as you know, as a delicious, mineral-forward, zero-calorie snack to have with green tea.
Yeah. Why did she say no?
Okay, so round 2 of the Personism project. If you're just joining us now, whoever's out there, whoa, that thing, yeah? I suppose the question is, which David are you and which David am I in this bromance?
I think if the book is about anything, it's about the question of why.
Right.
Why am I watching all this shit? Sitting in really expensive chairs, watching the best, most sophisticated electronic equipment money can buy. Why do we feel so empty and unhappy?
Right. Are you Lipsky or Foster Wallace?
Like, imagination absolutely has causal power. That's how therapy works, I think, basically. So you're using your imagination to change, to learn.
You know, I used to think that people were watching this channel for my immaculate and incredibly sexy fashion sense.
First, I want to talk about the sauce.
But I actually think they may actually be here for content, right? I always thought, I'm just another one of those style over substance guys.
All of this should of course be done naked.
But maybe they are here for the substance.
Roll around in the snow.
And the substance at this moment, apart from, you know,
Spank yourself with branches.
your wise words,
In my crackpot religion,
which are all coming up.
very unsatisfied with the 10 Commandments. Like, why those 10? You know, some of them seem really, there is no God but me, you know, I'm a jealous God. Don't covet thy neighbor's ass. Like, they just seem like if you're going to choose 10 things that are the most important 10 things, those aren't the 10 things I would choose.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch some celery by its toe.
Why not?
Okay, quick recap for those who are just joining us. Ooh, nice clouds. So Pol's got this friend, right? They did some theatre together, fooled around a bit, but, you know, he didn't go into details. You know, a man does not kiss and tell, and I respect that. So when Pol started channeling his crackpot ideas, he thought, who can I channel this to? And obviously this person came to mind. Also because in the interim, she had become a witch. And if you're gonna channel your crackpot ideas to anyone, you mean channel them to a witch.
And they turned out to be less commandments and more just like principles, guiding principles.
He wasn't expecting her to receive the ideas in any tangible form. He just wanted to kind of, you know, like I'm doing here. He just wanted to sit around with his, you know, Buddha Pel, drink some tea, and do this.
So you want to be a witch?
Yes.
Or maybe do this.
You have to study diligently and do what you're told. You have to ask to be taught.
Or maybe do this.
You have to show up on time. You don't complain. It's a benevolent dictatorship.
Or maybe like John Travolta style on the magician on the tarot card, like maybe do this. Huh. Right?
Wicca is not a democracy.
That's all you wanted to do. You just wanted to have a silly goose time.
How do you feel about drugs?
And tell the idea to the friend.
How do you feel about being naked in ritual? Because witches like being naked and dancing together.
Because he's a really cool guy.
Well, I'm a moral realist. I believe there is objective morality. I believe there is a good way to be and a bad way to be. There are some behaviors that are just morally better than other behaviors.
He's not like me. He's not a relativist. He's not a nihilist. He's not a misanthropist. He's not a determinist. He's not a, asshole. He ran the idea past her. He said, "Is that okay? Are you cool with this?"
Consent is one of our modern moral technologies. In the past, there wasn't really a notion of consent. Wives were the property of husbands. There was no notion of consent between them. The peasantry were sort of owned by the nobility. They also had no room to consent.
And she was like, channeling? Is that code for you know what? He's like, no, I'm not Nicholson Baker.
I mean, we're in a kind of post-pornographic society, and what we have to do now is make sense of some of the strange energies that pornography released.
Channeling! It's mystical, it's sacred, it's a process.
Everything was given birth to by the goddess. The earth is alive.
Yeah.
She breathes.
Yeah,
she has
baby.
hot flashes.
Yeah, you want some in your hands? Oh.
She has eruptions.
Oh yeah, you want someone that? Oh, you want more? Ooh.
She gets angry. She gets calm.
More on the privates? More on your private part?
So by our magical actions, we are giving energy to that process. That's what witches do.
But you're the Buddha! You shouldn't be getting off of me pouring green tea over your junk.
I wanted to ask her, essentially, for permission to see if this was okay. And she said, no.
And she said no.
She says no.
And the word is no. No, 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 no. And the word is no. No, 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 no. And the word is...
Did you just use the B word, Buddha? And not Buddha. He didn't go, what a Buddha. He went, what a... No.
And it is, I think, that elite male interest in the devil and in sex with the devil and these sorts of questions.
Where you really start to see things shift in the trials.
Who do you know she is a witch? She looks like one!
Yeah. And the word is no.
No more green tea on your privates, my friend.
No, 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 no. And the word is no. No, 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 no.
If you're gonna use that kind of language, no more green tea on your privates, yeah?
I'm not a witch, I'm not a witch.
But you are dressed as one.
The B word gets switched out with the W word, right?
They dressed me up like this.
Oh, the witch didn't smile at me. I smiled at her, the witch didn't smile back.
This isn't my nose, it's a false one.
Does the witch not know how much courage, how much vim and verve and sheer spunk, for want of a better word, it took for me to approach her and use some of my carefully rehearsed PUA lines?
Yes, a bit.
In her company?
She has got a wart.
But I do think that this moral technology of consent is important and good.
Moo.
And so I think it would be morally wrong for me to violate her consent.
No, we're not going down that path. We're not going down the path. I know, we're not going. No.
So I'm not going to do that. I like to think that I'm living a morally good life, or at least I'm trying.
We're not going there. We're not going down the incel, femcel, burn the witch at the stake cell.
I'm sorry, I guess I have to chop your head off now. Do you have any last words? I mean, you could apologize, maybe, and the king would pardon you.
Don't bother.
Even if it could make an amazing story.
Come on, this is it. I mean, at least give us something to remember you by, just as long as it's not. What is wrong with you?
Even if I did do it, and out of the blue, I get a call like in a couple months, and she's like, hey, have you been doing the thing? Because I haven't been able to sleep. I've had these weird dreams and visions and what, you know what I mean? It would be magical, right? It would be a really interesting thing to happen. But also wrong. It would be wrong. So I'm not going to do it.
That's the reason they say, you know, if you see the Buddha on your path. Now you know where that comes from.
Who's gonna be accused of being a witch next, Daddy?
I'm thinking the lady next door who has that little chihuahua.
Because they're all frickin' raving misogynists. That's what they are, these frickin' Buddhas. They're hiding behind all the virtue signaling, little frickin' virtue signaler.
An excellent spectacle, Your Majesty. You were a model of regal barbarism. 2 scoops of melted ice cream for you tonight.
I don't know why she said no. I didn't ask.
Signaling there with your yeah.
But the thing that came to mind afterwards as I thought about it was this sense of personal sovereignty.
Yeah.
Saying no can be a way to shield yourself.
No!
Yeah.
It can also be a way to define yourself.
Do you love your mommy? No. Do you love your daddy?
No. But anywho and anyhow,
saying yes is a wonderful thing.
We've got content to make here, my friend.
Saying yes to things can open your life up to lots of new opportunities or experiences.
And I thought, what better way to shape episode 2, than for me to go in pursuit of this question: why did the witch say no?
But saying yes to everything can dilute you to a point where you don't know where you end and something else begins.
And find out.
And your energy can be completely depleted. So establishing this boundary, establishing this sovereignty is important.
So viewers, pourquoi la sorcière a-t-elle dit non? You do the next one. You do the Italian one.
Perché la strega ha detto no?
Give me the pronunciation for the Zulu. I did a bit of Zulu at school, but I've forgotten it all. And for all our Zulu speakers out there, Kungani, Entekati, Etecha. Huh? Huh. Pol, hello! Today, as your 19th century American forefathers might have said, particularly Melville, page 497 of Moby Dick, is as cold as a witch's teat in a brass bra. Which is why this idiot is out here with, you know, the various book of spells to do maybe a conjuration, a invocation, a dream incubation, because even though it's about 5:30 on the island, it is the witching hour. Well, it's actually about 3 a.m, and so the witch, she sleepeth, and therefore time maybe to crawl into her unconscious. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always thought the poplar has low-key witchy vibes, and I've got a whole freaking coven of these in my local park. But I also have other trees, so I am going to, before I embark, I'm going to consult Mr. Graves. So let's see, trees. Okay, what do we got? You, no. Rowan, no. Weeping willow, no. Maybe in the index. Poplar. Oh, yes, there is poplar. Yes. but not for this kind of thing. Okay. Crap. So according to Graves, the best place to do the do is not here. It's under an oak tree. This is what he says.
The first principle of the 10 is the principle of sacred space. All of the 10 principles have two interpretations. There's both an inner and an outer version of them.
Siento que ya pasó lo mejor, los mejores años de mi vida. Lo que hay en el seguro peor. ¿Qué pasa si la gente me olvida?
A very important sacred space for me is a local country park on the outskirts of London. It is also the home of my favourite, somewhat stunted oak tree, who I often refer to as Father Oak.
Quiero hacerte un bebé. I wanna give you a baby.
Last summer, when I was still deep in the midlife slump, I would come here almost every day, lie beneath Father Oak's ground-sweeping branches and stare at the clouds, the sky, and his ragged leaves. Often I would talk to him as one might to a caring parental figure, and I called this process psychoanalysis. I think it really helped me. Of course, I would have liked to have done this with another human being, but perhaps like you, I just don't have hundreds and hundreds of pounds in disposable income to pay another person on a weekly basis to listen to my woes. So thank God then for Father Oak. Why is he stunted? Well, why is anyone stunted? In his case, another oak tree, a brother oak, seems to have taken most of the light for himself. Nature often says no in this way, and that's just simply how it goes, my friends. That's just how it goes.
It can be all different kinds of places, but to you it's a sacred space. And it's also an internal meaning of sacred space. And this speaks directly to personal sovereignty, this idea that you're creating this whole person. You're cultivating your own sacred space internally. When I was a teenager, I went through a course of hypnotherapy. My Latin teacher in high school had some experience with hypnotherapy. Cool dude, really cool dude. For my sister, this was pretty straightforward. For me, it opened up this crazy can of worms in my head. But it helped me, it really did. And one of the first things we did, though, was to establish a shortcut to the hypnotic state. Like, I think it was like touch my shoulder and look to the left or something like that. And so, we would relax, breathe, do the thing, and then I would get into the hypnotic state very quickly. Similarly, the breathing ritual helps me to achieve this kind of space, this mindset, when I might be very stressed or life is crazy or whatever. It's a way to reconnect by using this technique.
So here is the process that I use to enter the dreaming imagination of the naysaying witch. The ritual I followed comes from the Key of Solomon, a medieval grimoire full of seals and spells and various invocations for dealing with the unseen. It begins, as all such things do, with the making of a sacred space, a consecrated circle drawn in salt or chalk or blood. Then comes the preparation of a mildly visionary drink, a small herbal concoction intended to loosen one's perceptions and induce a kind of trance. The recipe that I followed was made from 4 herbs: mugwort, blue lotus, damiana, and wild lettuce. After this, certain words in Latin are read out loud whilst one drinks draught after draught of the elixir. Once the potion is taken, the practitioner is instructed to keep moving. The blood must be stirred, quickened, agitated, so that the body does not present itself, as it usually does, in the form of an anchor to the imagination, but rather as a doorway.
After this comes the breathing, slow and deliberate. I followed Pol's instructions for this part. Eventually, if all of this is done in the right way, the visions begin.
Pol! I know why she said no. I know why she said no.
In a way, it's a little bit like, a musical piece, right? That has some tension in it, right? So you want it to resolve. And maybe if it doesn't, that just creates even more motivation for further work, right? Because I was thinking, like, oh man, what if the next one was The Witch Responds, or I don't know, like, just because I'm getting to the point where I really want to show it to her, and record that whole experience as much as I can, and then see if there's a kind of like interesting or dramatic hook or something in there, right? If something is born, right, in that conversation, in that experience of like just talking about what do you think about this and what's how does it make you feel or whatever. So yeah.
Now, would you please tell me what that word is?
Yes.
Good. Would you read it to me?
Yes.
Well, read it to me right now.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Froggy. Do you know what that word is?
Yes.
Good. Now, will you tell it to me?
Yes.
Then tell me!
Yes!
Tell me the word!
Yes!
I want to know the word and the little froggy won't tell me